going on, everyone? Happy Friday. Excuse the shaved face. I look about 10 years younger. I just wanted to kind of switch things up a little bit, and I think I like the beard a little bit better. But as far as trading goes, happen to have, a decent day today. I know I took a couple trades and, pretty much broke even on a few, and then I had a nice winner on AOI to, have a small green day, and then the week was okay. So what I want to do is, being that it's Friday, I want to start doing weekly recaps because I know the videos not necessarily the best at getting a lot out, and I think weekly recaps will do pretty good. Go over, the trades, and then talk about what I made or what I lost, and then go from there. So as far as the trades today, just to quickly go over that, and then go over all the other days. I took a short on EFII. I took a short on BABA. Unfortunately, I got a little antsy on that, and I didn't let it play out. Would have been a really good short. And then I took a short on AOI for 127 bucks on the day. The account is at 1539. So now that that's out of the way, I'll quickly go over kind of just what I saw. So EFII, this thing gapped down huge, and it was down, in my opinion, a substantial amount, like almost too much, right? You want to be, when something's down, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20%, okay, but when it's down 40+%, I think that those tend to have a chance to bounce. So you don't really want to get, I try not to get caught in those. So, here was the initial move. It opened up, the initial move was down, and then it popped up, and it kind of, had some crazy price movement in the morning, and then it calmed down and created, this kind of line in the sand right there, right at kind of 27.75-ish. And I wanted to be really careful about this because I figured, this is down a lot. 40 million shares outstanding as far as the float, which is, some people don't consider that a low float, but I do compared to what I'm used to trading. So I wanted to be super careful with this. I didn't want to get in trouble, take on, potentially, take a big loser just because it's, I didn't want to do that on a Friday, and especially in August. So I ended up going short at 27.75, only 100 shares. This thing finally did break down, and it went to a low of 27.22, and I didn't take a partial. I just basically, I wanted to give it a shot and figured maybe we could see below low of day. And I figured below 27 is when I would consider taking profits. So I held in there. And then finally, when this candle popped up pretty aggressively, I ended up bailing, not letting the trade go red once I was up 50 cents. I'm trying to do that. When I'm up a good amount, there's no reason to let it go red. I know some people may have a different opinion on that, but that's how I'm going to start trying to do it. Once I'm, in a decent amount, once I'm in profitable territory. So ended up taking that for just a 3-cent gain flat. I ended up trading BABA. So I like trading the tech names a lot, and had a little bit of a sell-off or a little bit of a pullback on some of the, on some of the names, like, what was it? SPY started to move down a bit. So I ended up looking at all the names that were moving, and I liked BABA the most. So, big move down off the open, push up kind of into some EMAs in yesterday's close. And then I drew this line right here, and I went short at 153.40. So just as it broke that, I took it short, and I was up a good amount. I was up, I held it to 153, kind of whole number. Wanted to give it a shot, and then this pop up got me out, which it shouldn't have because it never broke above that candle. So that was just my fault. That's a mistake. I should have held on to this and let it play out, because eventually it did. I had the right read on it, kind of broke below this channel, and then it did end up making a low of 152.16. So that would have been, a point move, but the little pop, got me out, and I ended up taking, I got a 6-cent winner on that on 200 shares. So I was basically still flat on the day, and I didn't want to overtrade. I didn't want to get into trouble. I was trying to find something to look good, and AOI was a little choppy and nasty in the morning, and then finally I ended up taking it on the breakdown of this channel. Right there, I ended up going short of 71.33. Right there, expecting the break of kind of 71, and then on this big red candle is when I got out. So this was a big move down, and I ended up taking it off at 70.77 for 56 cents for a decent move. So, not bad. 127 bucks. It's not a lot, but being that it's Friday, it's okay. And the BABA trade, I could have held on longer. That was a mistake. I should have let that play out. But overall, I'll take it for a Friday. And now just to go over, I'll go over the week. The week has been okay. July 31st, Monday, 238 bucks. So I ended up buying Netflix, expecting the breakout, kind of based on my technical analysis video. It did not happen. So I took a small loss on that. Only 200 shares. Ended up losing like 14 cents. I ended up taking a short on NVIDIA. I like trading NVIDIA a lot. I ended up getting 80 cents on that trade. And then again, I ended up taking a short again. Took a short, and then I even got in a little bit heavier on it, and then got like 50 cents on that on 400 shares. So it ended up being an okay day. This was Monday, so I made 238 on Monday. And then we'll go to August 1st day. So Tuesday ended up making 10. I looked on the back end, and overall net it was like $2.80 after commissions and all that. Ended up trying to go long on BABA. I think I was playing some technical levels, and I went for it and ended up getting stopped out on BABA, and then took a short on NVIDIA. You'll notice I short NVIDIA a lot. NVIDIA is probably my favorite stock to trade when it sets up because it moves. It has crazy range. So I ended up taking a short on NVIDIA, and I got 24 cents on that, and then was looking at everything else and didn't really love anything. And I'm trying not to force trades. I'm trying not to be foolish. So I ended up just calling it a day, which previously I have a lot of trouble doing. So I'm trying to get better at walking away when there isn't any A+ setups, especially after a little up and down. So $10 on that day, and then Wednesday ended up making. So once again, shorted NVIDIA again. I know I actually left a lot on the table here, but I shorted NVIDIA 300 shares, made 27 cents. I shorted PXD, which was an oil stock that had gapped down big. Ended up shorting it at the whole number breakdown of 145. I got 79 cents on that with just 100 shares, so went small. And then I ended up doing a short on Netflix, 200 shares. So just small share size. I'm not going huge. The only time I'm ever going to go huge is when it's an earning play that looks really, really, really good. And then, assuming it's not too expensive, go a bit heavier. And then ended up shorting Netflix 180.09 and then covering it at 179.81 for a small move. So $216. So not bad there. I know a lot of these trades I am leaving a lot on the table, so I do have to worry about that. For whatever reasons, I gotta get better at the partial game. I tend to be guilty of just taking it, and I know partials definitely yesterday. And ended up making $183. So I took a short on Tiva, and then I added to it again, and then I ended up buying it back. So 500 shares, I got like 30 something cents. I left a lot on the table on Tiva. I should have left a 100 share runner on this because it ended up going like $2 more. And I think even Tiva now today got destroyed. So I had a decent trade on Tiva, and then or Teva, however you want to pronounce it. And then I took a short on BABA, and it was towards the low of the day, and I figured, this may be a second leg down. And when I took a short, it didn't go down with any more momentum, so I figured that maybe that was, kind of the low. Like maybe there's probably not much more room to the downside. I ended up cutting the trade for only a 5-cent loss, and it ended up actually ripping like 2 more points higher. So, it was a good cut, which worked out great. And then I called it a day. Only $183, and I was like, all right, well, I don't see anything A+. I don't want to overtrade. It is August. These are, they tend to be slower months, so I'm trying to not get, just trade left and right out of boredom. So as far as net on the week, I'm going on the back end because this tells after commissions. So just to do like a quick add up while I, have it up. On July 31st, net, it ended up being 224. And then now I'll switch over to August. Tuesday ended up being $2.80, so pretty much a scratch day. Wednesday ended up being 204, so plus 204. Thursday ended up being 171 plus 171. And then today was 127. I traded 1,000 shares. We'll assume that, call it $12 to $15. So we'll just say, that, call it $110 is probably right around what it's going to be after commission. So $711. So $711 this week. Made money every single day, assuming that one day is pretty much a scratch day, but $2, it's still green. So $711 on, a small account. I'm pretty happy with that. None of the days are gigantic days, but it's just it's being super consistent. And then trading small when I don't see, A+. I know I made a video saying like I'm going to go all in, and that probably portrayed like every single trade that I see I'm going heavy. In all reality, I just meant when I get something that's A+, that gap down and go on bad news, assuming that, a gap is not super, super, super excessive and it looks good on a daily technically, I'm going to load the boat. Otherwise, I'm just going to continue to trade, a lot of these tech names that I like, and then my favorite stock of all, NVIDIA. So I'm going to start trying to do these weekly recaps, good or bad, every Friday, and then maybe like a video in between of doing some cool stuff, and just try to provide as much value and good content as I possibly can. So that's going to be it for me. Hopefully everybody else had a good week. Have a good weekend, and I will see you guys later.